Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. Today we are making homemade pizza with Daniel Tiger and his mom. We are using organic unbleached flour and some warm water to activate our yeast. We need 3/4 of a cup water and we pour it into a bowl. Daniel Tiger loves helping his mom bake in the kitchen. We encourage Tiny fans to help their parents bake as well. We love baking muffins, cookies, and pizza together as a family. Here is our active dry yeast. We use 1 tablespoon. I feel like someone is staring at me right now. It's Puppy. He's hoping for a crumb of food to drop in the kitchen. Here's what a tablespoon looks like. We drop the yeast into the warm water. It becomes activated and we need to feed it 1 tablespoon of sugar. And then we need to give it a little stir. Yeast is a fungus, and once it eats the sugar, it releases carbon dioxide gas, and it starts to bubble. It looks like it's actually coming alive. The yeast is used to make our dough rise. It makes it fluffier. After 10 minutes, our yeast, sugar, and water mixture is ready and we can add the flour. The recipe requires 2 cups of flour, but if the dough is still quite wet, we just add a tablespoon of flour until the consistency is just right. We stir the mixture with a spoon because it can be quite sticky. Once it's stirred enough, we can start to knead the dough with our hands. It's important to knead for at least 4 minutes. We make the dough into a ball and we cover it with a towel and keep it in a warm place. The dough will need to rise for at least an hour. So we decide to go for a walk in the forest as a family with Puppy. When we arrive back home, the dough has risen perfectly. It's time to spread it out on our pizza pan. I've put a little bit of avocado oil down so the dough doesn't stick. You want the crust to be nice and thin because it'll still rise in the oven. I'm making a great big pizza, and Tiny Treasures and Tiny Treasures Mini made their own little pizzas, a round one and a rectangular one. I cook my dough for 5 minutes. Tiny Treasures and Tiny Treasures Mini put tomato sauce, on their pizzas. And it's okay if it's a little messy. Now what about Daniel Tiger? Well, I didn't forget about him. I actually made teeny tiny pizzas for our toys. You can do this too. They're fun little bite-sized pizzas to eat. Time to add our cheese. Our family only buys white cheese. This one is called Havarti. Did you know bright orange cheese is only orange because of food coloring? And it doesn't actually change the flavor. Our family tends to avoid food colorings because they've been proven to not be healthy for our bodies. Tiny Treasures and Tiny Treasures Mini make cheese pizzas. That's their favorite flavor. I love mine with pineapple and a little bit of ham. After 12 minutes in the oven, the pizzas are ready. They look so yummy. We cut them with our pizza cutter. Homemade pizza is so easy and yummy. Try making it at home, Tiny fans. but make sure you get help from a parent. And thank you so much for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. Today Daniel Tiger is spending some very special one-on-one time with his mother. It's very important to have one-on-one time. We're going to the ski hill and we pack our gear. You need a helmet to protect your head in case you fall. I have a bright blue one. You also need to protect your eyes from the UV rays. Harmful UV rays can even come through the clouds, so I wear goggles to protect my eyes. We drive up to the ski hill. All of the trees are covered in white snow. It's a winter wonderland. On the chairlift, we put down the safety bar. I have purple skis and white ski poles. I have to hold on to my ski poles tight so they don't fall down into the snow. For breakfast this morning, I had some organic cereal with organic milk. The trip up to the hill was about 30 minutes, so I'm starting to get hungry. I think I'll have a little snack before we get to the top. We don't carry snacks in plastic Ziploc bags. Instead, we use these fabric zip-up reusable washable bags. They keep our food fresh and they're better for the environment. Today's snack is pistachios. They are full of nutrients. They have calcium, vitamin B, magnesium, and iron. All things that we need to keep our bones strong and healthy. In order to eat the pistachios, I needed to take my mittens off. So my hands are getting a little bit cold. Speaking of cold hands, the person sitting next to us has a lot of tears in their gloves. Their hands must be cold too. As we ski down the hill, we need to make sure we are in complete control. We don't go too fast. And if I need to slow down, I make my skis into a triangle or pizza shape, like this. And then if I need to go a little faster on a flatter part, I put my skis together like this, like French fries. It's important to turn when you're skiing too, so that you don't go zooming down the hill and hurt somebody. There are many reasons I love skiing. I love getting fresh air. I love getting exercise. And I also love being in the trees. Look at that tree. It's covered in old man's beard. After 5 runs, it's time to go inside. I have a yummy hot chocolate, and it has a very pretty design floating on the surface. It's also food time. Some yummy pasta salad, a veggie bean burrito with avocados and rice, and a couple French fries with gravy. This is just a treat I have once in a while. And now it's time to head home. I spot some huge icicles along the side of the road. When we arrive home, Puppy is on his gray blanket on the couch. Hi, Puppy. How was your day? After we say hi to Puppy, we head over to the aquarium to look at the fish and our snails. The snails are doing a great job of cleaning our tank. And now we head upstairs to search for Kitty. Usually she's hiding under the covers to stay warm. Hello, kitty. And there she is. And thank you so much for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. Today we're taking a biology class with Daniel Tiger and his sister. It's called the Our Generation Life Science Set. We're going to learn about some organs inside your body. And the organs are actually removable like a little puzzle. Let's get started and open it up. We have a little white biology textbook called The Wonders of Life. And we also have a diagram. And this is called our anatomy torso. And the last object is called a molecule. And a molecule is made out of different kinds of atoms like oxygen, carbon, hydrogen. Let's have a look at the biology book. Oh, it's blank inside, so it's a notebook. Listen to the teacher and take your notes. Let's have a look at the torso. Come on over, Daniel and Margaret, so you can have a good look. Do you know what these are at the front, tiny fans? They are the rib bones, and they protect organs like the lungs. And you'll see the little lungs, oops, slide it back up, are these little pink things. Oxygen enters our mouth and our nose and goes into the lungs where it enters our blood. There's the diagram of our lungs. Now we must take care of our lungs. Try not to breathe in toxins like smoke or car exhaust because it goes into our bodies. Now this is the heart, and the heart has red blood and blue blood. And blue blood doesn't have oxygen in it. Red blood does. The heart pumps blood throughout our whole body. Now this is the liver. It removes toxins from our body using vitamin K. And in order to get vitamin K, we need to eat greens like kale, spinach, and lettuce. If we remove the liver, there's another organ right here. And that is the stomach, tiny fans. And there it is on the diagram. So you eat your food, it goes into your mouth, and then it travels down something called the esophagus into your stomach, where there are tiny little enzymes that digest your food. And then after, it goes into your intestine. There's a large and a small intestine. And your large intestine is actually almost 5 feet long as an adult. And the intestines absorb nutrients from your food. So now I need to fit all the organs back into the body. And there's the lungs. How do they fit in here? There we go. And then the rib cage keeps them all together. And thank you so much for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. Today our Daniel Tiger toys are sitting in a big box of black sand. This is actually a My Little Sandbox playset, Space Patrol. And we're going to pretend Daniel Tiger is on the surface of the moon. First we're going to add a crater. A crater is a hole in the moon that was hit by an asteroid. Now we will add some space rock. And these aren't real rocks. They're just made of plastic and they're actually quite light. Did you know there was a vehicle for the moon? It looked like this, and it was called the Lunar Roving Vehicle. This is what the astronauts would ride on the surface of the moon. And here are the astronauts. Did you know the first man to walk on the moon's surface was named Neil Armstrong, and he walked on the moon in 1969. He was from America, so he put an American flag on the moon. Let's see if we can stand this up on our little moon. Oops. We'll just rest it against the box like this. Space is so interesting to us, so we visited the Kennedy Space Center, where we got to see a real spaceship called Atlantis. There was so much to see, but we really wanted to find Atlantis. We saw this big orange rocket booster. This is what the spaceship attaches to before it gets shot into space. And there's the sign, Space Shuttle Atlantis. There was a bit of a lineup, but once we saw it, it was absolutely amazing. It was a lot bigger than I had imagined. It says Atlantis right on the front of it. And this space shuttle spent 306 days in space. But now it's just on display for people to see. We even got to see a real spacesuit. This keeps the astronaut warm, and they're able to breathe oxygen, since there's no oxygen in space. Next, we got to navigate our own spaceship with a digital game. It was quite difficult. You had to try and land it. Ooh, ah. We were starting to get quite hungry, and when we entered the cafeteria, you could create your own salad. All of the lettuce was grown in white tubes just like this. I added tomatoes, cucumbers, seeds, and spinach to my salad. Gave me lots of energy. On the way out, we spotted the moon in the sky. Well, that was a fun day, Daniel. We sure learned a lot about space. Daniel Tiger is digging in the moon dust. Will he find some treasure? And thank you so much for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. I recently found this amazing treasure called My Miniature Library, and it has 30 tiny books that you can make and create a little library set. And look who we have, Daniel Tiger, and his sister baby Margaret. Daniel, how about we go and see the title of this book that fell on the floor? This is the most special book of all. It's called My Tiny Treasures, and it's empty right now with blank pages. However, I'm slowly going to fill it with treasures from our channel. Now we're going to pick a book to read to Daniel and his little sister. Some of these books are ones you will know. There's The Frog Prince, Sleeping Beauty, and this one is called Moths and Butterflies. And let you know how much I love butterflies. So I think we will pick this one to read today. Moths and Butterflies. Blue Morpho Butterfly. a large South American butterfly with shimmering blue wings. Monarch butterfly. This butterfly flies up to 5,000 miles to find a warm place to spend the winter. I forgot to get seats for Daniel, Tiger, and Margaret. There, that should be more comfortable. Now let's get back to our story. Let's see, what page was I on? Oh, this is the right page. The Atlas moth, one of the largest moths in the world, with a wingspan of over 10 inches. Wow! Well, I'm going to get out my green ruler to show you what 10 inches looks like. So that moth's wings would start at the 0 and go all the way to that 10. Now that is one big moth. Glass wing butterfly. This butterfly has very delicate, transparent wings, hence its name. Transparent means the wings are see-through. Incredible. Hummingbird moth. This large moth is so called because it looks very similar to a hummingbird. Oh, I love hummingbirds. And let me show you something I have. I think hummingbirds are actually very beautiful. And I have this hummingbird beaded decoration. And here's a fun fact. Did you know that hummingbirds flap their wings 70 times per second? This makes them very fast birds. The dead leaf butterfly. When this butterfly's wings are closed, it resembles a leaf. Rosy maple moth. This tiny, brightly colored moth comes out at night to feed on maple trees. What is your favorite butterfly? Well, I love them all, so I can't pick a favorite. We'll put the book back on the shelf, and I'm going to add a picture to my Tiny Treasures book. So these are some very popular characters we use in our videos. And these are the Paw Patrol Mini Boos. So I'm going to glue these in here. Not too long ago, we did a video unboxing Paw Patrol Mini Boos. And we got 3 of one pup. Do you remember which pup it was? Well, it's time to get crafting. And you can always make a scrapbook of your favorite things in a book at home. And thank you for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye. Hello and welcome to Tiny Treasures. Our Daniel Tiger toys are exploring a mystical forest today. And I see 7 yellow ducks hanging out in the bushes. There's a little tiny one back here. What do you think he's doing? Do you know the story of the 3 little pigs? Here's the first little pig. His house was made out of straw. And if we go further along the path, the second little pig had a house made out of sticks. And there's his little bed. The third little pig has a house made of brick. Let's have a peek inside. There's a bright yellow door and 2 steps going down into the house. Oh, it's got a fire going. And here's the third little pig. Thanks for letting us into your house. Hey diddle diddle, the cat and the fiddle. The cow jumped over the moon. The little dog laughed to see such sport, and the dish ran away with the spoon. This must be Snow White with the 7 dwarfs. They found orange and red gems. And here's the dwarf's little cabin. Who lives behind that red door? This house is made of an old tree stump. Let's open up and have a peek. It's a mama bear with her baby bear. Winnie the Pooh and all his friends. Eeyore, Tigger, Christopher Robin, Piglet too. And they live in an old tree stump. And hey, Owl's up there. Follow the yellow brick road. Follow the yellow brick road. We've reached the Emerald City. And there's the lion. And right beside him is the Tin Man. And right behind him is the Scarecrow. We are in Oz, Tiny fans. But where is Dorothy? She must be around here somewhere. There she is. And she's wearing her ruby slippers. And she has Toto as well. There's some beautiful emeralds. And there's our little Toto. Another little cabin. It's yellow with blue trim. Hello, is anybody home? There's some stairs. I think I'm small enough to climb up. Is anyone sleeping upstairs? There's a bed. And look who's inside. It's Dad Tiger. He's having his afternoon nap. Time to wake up and go for a little walk in the forest. Daniel Tiger knows how important it is to be outside every day and get some exercise. And he loves to explore. Look at the giant leaf. It's humongous. Wonder who left that great big pie? Sitting by the path. The rabbits ate the blueberries. I bet they need a bath. Oh, and boy, do they ever need a bath. They have blueberries all over them. Rub-a-dub-dub, 3 men in a tub. And who do you think they be? A butcher, a baker, a candlestick maker. And all of them gone to sea. And Tiny fans, we are almost at the end of our forest adventure. We just have one more friend in the forest. It's Jack and the Beanstalk. And he's trying to cut down the tree, which means the giant is coming down. Hurry up and cut that tree, Jack. And thank you so much for coming to Tiny Treasures. Please subscribe to our videos. Goodbye.